ASMR video, a little bit of a different video today, a bit of a twist, I suppose you can also say. Today we have champagne. This is no classic or elegant champagne. 15 bucks. I was like, okay, let's try it out. So I'm gonna try the champagne today, and I thought it would be appropriate to drink champagne, have a glass of champagne with you, because today is the 1st of January or 31st of December, wherever you're watching from. And I kind of want to sit back today, pop this champagne bottle together with you, and speak about what has been like this past year, what is coming up this year, which is bizarre considering we're going into my 9th year on YouTube. So yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Sit back, relax, and let's pop this bottle open together. Yeah, like I said, it's not a crazy champagne. I normally, whenever I do have champagne, it's Moet Chandon or it's Dom Perignon, but I thought, I'm not spending 200 bucks on a bottle if I'm not really gonna drink it afterwards. So went to the Lidl and they had the champagne. A cigar would be a very nice piece to the occasion. Oh yes, but I don't have any at the moment, which is unfortunate. I want to bring up a toast to everyone that is watching this video, to everyone that has been supporting me since the start of my YouTube career. For anyone that is new to the channel, welcome to my channel. Let's celebrate a brand new year on New Year's Eve. I'm gonna count to 5, and then you and I are gonna pop it together. 1, 5. I'm sorry, I do like a drink. We have the beautiful bottle of champagne. Actually, I've never tasted this one before, so I'm really curious on what it's gonna taste like. Let's do a little smell test before. You know what? That smells like Moet Chandon, the rosé one. Oh, it actually doesn't smell too bad now, does it? Well, let's pour it in together. Got a champagne glass. That smells really good. Well, thank you all for such an amazing year, and thank you for a upcoming brand new year. This is to us. We're not a franchise, we're not a business, we're a channel, we do this together. So, cheers. Kling, 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 kling. Proost. Vanavond wordt het zuipen, jongens. Let's go. raised in France. That like almost no difference in taste. I don't drink champagne often. You know why? I get drunk very quickly. Yes, that's one thing with me with booze is I get drunk really quickly. You give me a beer and I'm already done. I'm being serious. You give me this amount of beer in this champagne glass and I'm already drunk. Well, so anyways, I wanted to sit down and just speak about this year, what it has been content-wise, what I've gone through, and what you can expect for the upcoming year. Now, before we start off, obviously, I have really been slacking in roleplays lately, and I really, really apologize. I just haven't really been able to think of any good roleplays, but you guys did mention that in the Christmas video that I should do a tattoo shop roleplay. I think that is a brilliant concept. I love that idea. It's just I'm not sure in what kind of direction that roleplay is going to be, because you've seen my tattoo collections. In a few weeks' time, you'll probably see me with new tattoos. I've said it before, tattoos are like an addiction. They really aren't, not to mess around with. You think you only get one tattoo, but then you look at the rest of your body and it's completely empty, and you're like, I kinda need more tats. You know, I was to be very honest, I'm not the biggest fan of champagne. My favorite booze or beverage has to probably be beer. Why? What's the cheapest one out of them all? And there's so many different amount of flavors of beer. Alcohol percentage. Like champagne is also super duper strong. This is 12.5%. Like one glass of this is 4 times the amount of a beer. Yeah, it's insane. But anyways, besides that, it has been a fantastic year. It's been a lot of ups, and obviously there have been a few downs, content-wise. What I do want to say is, I as a person have been more, I'm trying to explain the right term and explain it the best way I possibly can. I have grown as a person, which sounds very odd, I know. I've met certain people this year that have been an amazing influence for me as a person and also development as a person. First of all, I want to give a massive shout out to my best friend. I don't know if she's watching this video. She never watches my videos really because she finds it awkward because of the fact that we're so good friends. Like, she thinks my videos are great, but she just finds that awkward. Like, she helps me a lot as well. Like, whenever I don't know what to make, she'll be like, you can make this, perhaps maybe improve this. But I want to give a massive shout out to her, which is funny because we haven't even known each other for a year, but we do a lot of things together. We go on vacations, we regularly see each other, and she's a fantastic person. So if you're watching this, I am very grateful to have you in my life, and I hope this friendship will last us forever. You got no choice. You stick with me, you are with me for the rest of your life. And I want to also give a shout out to my family that have always been there for me and that are still there for me. I want to give a shout out to my brother as well, to my cousin, and pretty much we're going into New Year with more goals, more achievements, and more happiness, I suppose, as well. And why I mention happiness as well, I feel like everyone deserves happiness in their own way. I was personally hoping to go into 2025 with a relationship. Didn't happen. There were a few phases in the year that I was seeing one or two people, but that's kind of about it, and you know, that's completely fine. The world has its own ways of going at it, I suppose. You don't and cannot simply control what happens, but I've learned from all the stuff. I've also let some people go that I'm like, do they benefit anything from me? Do I benefit or gain anything from them in my life except stress? No. And I feel like you should do that as well. You deserve better, come on. That person that's so-called your friend gets you in trouble every time that you do something with them or you go out. Is that really your friend? causes only stress and trouble. No, distance yourself. It's the best you can do. Now I got that out the way, I do want to speak about content. For this year, I want to expand the content. And I think I pretty much say this every year, but I do mean it. I want this setup that I have right now, but I don't know what to do with the background. And what I'm trying to say with that is, well, the lighting is good, I think so, but it's what you really think at the end of the day. Your opinion is more important and relevant than mine, obviously, because with me making content, I get feedback. That's why. I think the setup that we have currently is probably the best and kind of the only option that I have. Yeah, I was making my videos first in my bedroom. Did not like that personally, because I tried to use natural light, but unfortunately around this time of the year, the sun goes down after 4 or 5, so I'm kind of screwed when it comes to that, pretty much. But I think for background here, I'm speaking for myself. I'm speaking for myself now. I like the open background. I'm not personally a big fan of cramped backgrounds, if that makes any sense, but maybe it's not such a bad idea to have a better background, like have like a war or something here. What I used to have back in my older videos. You remember like 6-7 years ago when I made them in my bedroom? You know what's funny about that at the time is the only form of light that I had was a sun coming in from the skyscraper, and because of the house was built at a certain angle and degree, if it was dark, couldn't make videos, or hardly, because I had no light. Now what I do pretty much around this time of the year when it's very dark, I just make my videos at night until that completely blacks out, put the blinds down, get my professional light out, and then degrade the contrast and brightness to a certain level, certain number, I guess you could say. But besides that, I do have plans for this year. Well, first of all, this month, January, I'd love to go out and travel a little bit more. When you see this video, I'm probably gone. I might actually be gone later today in Luxembourg. If you happen to live near Luxembourg or in Luxembourg, hit me up. I could definitely use a tour in Luxembourg itself. I've been to Luxembourg a few times in my life. It's a beautiful place. It's funny because, well, it's not really funny. It sort of is. Luxembourg was a last minute planning because my cousin and I actually initially and originally wanted to go to Poland for vacation for a couple of days, like a week or so. I told this man in November, bro, if we want to go and do Krakow, Poland, we've got to order it for November. He's like, nah, it'll be cool, this and that. Don't hear anything from him for 2 weeks. I'm like, bro, it's beginning of December. What's the deal here? You invited me to come over with you to a foreign country, but like I don't hear nothing. And then he's like, yeah man, nah, it's too expensive. I said, bro, I told you that a month ago. If you're gonna book in December, everything's gonna be double the price because of Christmas. So I think a week or so he was like, yo bro, shall we just go to Luxembourg? And I'm like, yeah, actually that's a pretty dope idea, but let me check the prices out. Good prices, really good prices. After Christmas prices. And I told him, fantastic, free public transportation, gas is insanely cheap, food is cheap, water is cheap. And I know Luxembourg kind of out of my head in the mountains, because like the thing is so weird about my cousin, like really weird, he doesn't like warm countries. He likes when it's cold, dark, raining and snowing. He's a very interesting individual, to say the least. But have I actually ever been anywhere with my cousin for a week? No, I've not. I don't actually think I've ever been on vacation with him. I mean, I've gone to Amsterdam and this and that, but I've never spent multiple days with him, so that's gonna be interesting. So for this year, it's still a mystery of sort. I'm just not sure. Do you mind if I grab a coffee? It's just been staring on my counter for the past 15 minutes. I do love a coffee. I'm gonna be very honest. Coffee over alcohol, like, don't get it wrong, I love going out once in a while, but man, getting wasted every time going out is just not it. And I don't aim for that anymore. The night is an exception. I'm not the driver, so I'm gonna get a little bit wasted. But that's about it, really. Yeah. That's amazing fresh coffee. You guys recognize or remember Bubba Gump? Oh man, where did I? Bubba Gump. Was this in Florida back at the time when I was very young as a kid, and I was still loved by my parents. Wait, what? That's a joke. They do love me. Florida. I'm trying to think when I went to Florida. It was my first and last time I've been to the USA. Just because the USA is very expensive. It's just very expensive, really, and it's Boo's far. So yeah, it's Boo's fair as well. But Florida, man, it must have been 2015. Yeah, definitely around that time. I do plan on going to America one day again. Because my buddy in Texas, he lives there, so I definitely want to see my boy one day in Texas. I want him to show all the meat that they have in Texas, the food culture. I feel so bad for any vegetarians or vegans living in Texas. I can just only imagine the lack of vegetarian options, or maybe not. But why I mentioned that in a joking way is because, well, I used to be a vegetarian myself, and Texas is known for its meat, but like the A as well, Atlanta as well. They know for the shrimp and all the stuff, and for their very talented rappers or artists, hip hop artists, whatever you like to call them. But yeah. No, I do have plans for this year. I want to do more things. I want to get out more. Last year I traveled quite a bit. I'd driven a lot. I drove in a year. Man, you won't believe it. 50,000 kilometers in a year. Yeah, it's insane. It really is crazy. The 23rd of December 2023, I had 93,000 kilometers on my car, and now it is 145,000 and a half, which is insane. I just love traveling. I love long distance drives. It's super relaxing. I don't mind driving 3-4 hours, especially my best friend. She lives about 3 hours away from me. Is it nice? Absolutely not. But the perks of her living in Belgium is she's close to the border of Germany, super close to Luxembourg, and close to the Netherlands, so I guess that is nice. Well, anyways, my friends, that was the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you're gonna do for New Year's Eve and what your plans are for this year. I am super duper excited to share more ideas, more videos, because that's super duper, as they would say in Memphis.